The 6 reasons why you shouldn't dropship on Marketplace. That's right. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 different reasons why you should not dropship on Facebook Marketplace. 6 challenges and problems that come with dropshipping on Facebook Marketplace. Just because I'm all about being transparent, I've made other videos talking about good things. Let's go ahead and talk about bad things. Number 1, it takes time to build. If you want to bank a bunch of money in this space, it's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen in a week. It's not even going to happen in a month. It takes time to build your store, to get the amount of listings in your store that need to get there. There's also a compounding effect that happens when you have when you build your store over a period of months, 3 to 9 months. There's a massive compounding effect that happens. Long story short, it takes time to build. So if you're looking for something that can start making you, $200 a day in profit in a week or two, that's not this. This is more of a long-term play. Number 2, you cannot get rich with this. You can live a comfortable life. I have lots of students now that are making an extra $500,000, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, $3,000, upwards of $4,500 a month in profit. Now that's on the high end. I have more students that are making around, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 a month in profit, even though I do have some students that are on the high end. But just so you understand, just so we're on the same page, you're not going to be able to get rich with this. Like, yes, will this give you some extra income? Of course, if you have a second job, could you quit your second job? Yeah, probably. Could you possibly, if your expenses are real low, even quit, maybe your first job? Yeah, possibly. Especially if you don't have a lot of bills and, you're living kind of cheap. There is the possibility of doing that. I do have some people that do more advanced stuff and they have a few stores. So, if you have 3 stores, each bringing in $2,500 a month in profit, that can add up. But just for the average person, just for just kind of like the average outcome of this, you're not going to be able to get rich with this. So if you want to buy a, Lamborghini Aventador, and then you want to, fly around in private jets, and you want to live in a 10,000 square foot house, and you want to do that all with your Facebook Marketplace dropshipping business, is probably not going to happen. But if you want to, have extra money to maybe travel a little bit more, pay off some debt, not work as many hours, not be as tight on income, or just, an extra $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year, then this could work for you. Number 3, you need money upfront to buy products. You cannot do this business if you're dead broke. Well, Aaron, I'm dead broke. I don't have any money. Can't do this business. Because when you sell an item on Facebook Market, we don't buy the items from the dropshipping companies till we get a sale. So it's not till we sell the item and the sale's gone through, the money is there, that we then turn around and buy it from the dropshipping company and ship it to the customer. Problem is that even though we don't buy the item till we get the sale, we don't get the money from the sale for about 2 weeks. So you sell an item for $100 on Facebook Marketplace. You go buy it from your dropshipping company for $60. You still need to have money. You still need to have that $60. You either need to have that on a credit card, you need to have that on a debit card, you need to have that on money you borrow from someone, but you need to have that money that you can use to go fund and buy orders, because it's going to be about 2 weeks till Facebook pays you out that $100. It's going to be about 2 weeks till even though you got the sale, you did make the money from that, it's going to be about 2 weeks till Facebook releases that money and it gets deposited in your bank account. Number 4, you need to list lots of items. You can't just list like 5 or 10 items and expect to be successful with this. You need to be consistently listing lots of items in your store if you want your store to do well. That doesn't mean you have to list the items, but either way, this isn't something where, all right, Aaron, I'm going to grind out for 3 days. You're going to list items for 3 days, and that's that. That is not going to cut it. You need to be consistently listing new items in your store. And even when you have a lot of items in your store, you got to be listing more items. Why? Because sometimes you have good items that the dropshipping company just goes out of stock of. where they don't sell it anymore. I had one of the first items that I started selling a lot of that was good money was a grill. It was a grill, an outside grill you make burgers and patties on and stuff like that. It did real well. It was, I don't know, I started making, I think I sold maybe 5, 10, 15. I probably sold around a dozen of them, probably about 12 of them. I was selling a few of them a week. They were great money. And then all of a sudden the dropshipping company changed and they said, you know what? We're no longer shipping this item. This is local pickup only. So basically you have to go to one of the dropshippers' physical locations, one of their actual stores to buy the item. So I couldn't dropship it. So that great item that was, making me good money, it stopped. And then on top of that, there's items that the dropshipping company, they just run out of stock of. They run out of stock, they don't sell it anymore. So you always need to be consistently listing new products to help keep the sales up in your store. Next one, you need to get good at listing items. Listing items in your store is not enough. You have to get good at listing items, creating the right titles, using the right pictures. It's not just the first picture either. Some people think, oh, I'm just going to use a review photo as the first photo and that's good enough. That's not good enough. That's like, you're like 6% of the way there. Like, that's like a big struggle. You need to know how to create listings in a way to get lots of views, to get lots of people to find your item. To essentially, this isn't 100% correctly said, but to essentially kind of hack Facebook Marketplace's algorithm to get your listing to show up at the top and not all the competition. And there's a strategy for that. It's actually one of the things that I hammer on and teach and one of the things I focus on in my pay program. But either way, you have to get good at that. Because if you just list items, even if they're the right items, that's not enough. I know a lot of people that list a fair amount of items and they even list good items, but they don't create their listings in a way to basically hack Facebook Marketplace's algorithm. So they only get a few views. They struggle to get consistent sales. So you have to get good at that skill set. The next one is you need to learn how to hire, train, and manage people. So if you're going to automate, I spend about 5 to 10 minutes a week on my business. I'm not kidding. I spend about 5 to 10 minutes a week on my business because I have 3 full-time employees basically that run my store, virtual assistants, employees, whatever, that run my store. Well, in order for me to get that, to have that happen, I had to learn how to hire them. I had to learn where to go to find virtual assistants for $1.25 an hour, right? Some people think you go to Fiverr and Upwork and they hire virtual assistants for $3 an hour and they think they think they got it going on, right? All the virtual assistants that I hire, $1.25 an hour. So you have to know how to create the postings in a way and how to word it in a way where even though, in US dollars that might seem cheap, there's certain things you can do to make that very appealing and actually get hundreds, or at least 30, 40, 50 people in one day to message you that all are happy about that pay, that all eagerly want to work with you. That's a skill set. Training them, learning when you need to fire them, learning how to relinquish responsibility. One of the things that stops a lot of people that are entrepreneurs from moving from the left side of Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant as a self-employed slave in the S column and moving to the business quadrant where they have freedom because they have systems and people in place is being able to relinquish and give up control in a strategic way, not in a dumb way, but in a smart way to employees so they can run and manage your store for you. Well, that's a skill set in itself. Hiring, managing, training people. I mean, you can go through expensive programs on how to do that, right? Now, of course, in my paid program, I teach how to do that as well. But that's a skill set. I mean, I've gone through training on how to do that myself to learn how to do that. So that's that, guys. Those are the 6 reasons why you shouldn't dropship on Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you're okay with those reasons and you're okay and you understand getting into it, then that's fine. But those are some of the downsides, some of the things you have to be aware of before you get involved in this business.